fuck it. I have no words for this game. I have no words at all for this game. I have never played a game that has wasted more of my time in so little ever. And you know what? You know what? I got this game for free from my buddy Canadian Jutsu. And he also got it for free. Because the old place he worked gave it away. That's right. They couldn't sell this shit, so they had to give it away for free. And you know what? This game is not worth free. Do you understand what it takes for me to say, this is not worth free? Okay, I got Legacy of the Wizard for free, and I didn't like it that much, but you know what? Some people say it's a good game. I got some shit because people said it was a good game. Well, you know what? I don't think anybody's defending this crap. This is one of the worst games I've ever played in my life, and I barely played any of it. I only played 2 hours of this game, and that's when I wanted to give up. But I had seen enough at that point. And I know what you're going to say. You only played 2 hours of the game. How do you know how it plays? Listen, fuckers, you'll see. I guess I can't, I can't just stop here. I guess you all want to know why it's so bad. Ladies, gentlemen, and others, welcome to Zero's Maverick Hunting, and this is motherfucking Pirates Legend of the Black Buccaneer. Let's start with the game's box. Normally I don't talk about the game boxes, but in this case I'll make a slight exception. The front is nothing interesting, just some text and a skull because pirates. But then we have the back, a pirate's life. Okay, kinda generic, kinda reminds me of a Pixar movie that had a similar title and was about bugs or something. He followed the call of a legendary treasure.
Ever since, pirates from all over the world set sail for the Grand Line, searching for One Piece, the treasure that would make their dreams come true.
Draw your cutlass, load your pistols, and follow the call of the pirates.
Let's go, Kaijan, let's go,
Anyways, the back of the box goes on to explain the stereotypical game features like power-ups, the amount of levels to the game, and the extra content. But the real reason I wanted to look here is to show you this. That's right, this game had several developers, and let me tell you, I've never seen a game with so many companies involved and almost no information on any of them. First, let's start with Valcon Games. I found their Twitter, which hasn't been updated since 2011, and links to a website that no longer exists. This website is so gone, not even the Wayback Machine can find it. All I could find on these guys was that their last game ever produced was an Xbox Live arcade game known as The Adventures of Shuggy, which is now a budget title on Steam. The next company, Tentacle Studios, haha, clever name, actually has a website that is still up. They're a development team from Belgium that has a few games listed on their site, but of course, this game is not listed there. Next, we have Capital Atlantic, which I can only assume is a publisher, but I found absolutely nothing on them. Finally, we have Widescreen Games, which I actually found the most info on. They were responsible for some notable game ports, including Dead to Rights 2 and The Witcher: Rise of the White Wolf. So yeah, so many companies involved, yet not much to show for it. If this isn't an indication, this game is my Pumpkinhead's revenge, and there's nothing on this game at all. When I started playing this game, there was one gameplay video on YouTube, and by the time I found it, I'd already gotten past that point. There is also one guide on GameFAQs, but it's so vague that it's of no help to me at all. So basically, my research brought up nothing. Hope you guys are ready, because now we gotta play it. When you start the game up, you get some terrible music. And if you wait a few minutes, you can see the compressed demo video, which is 4 minutes long. Why the hell is this so long? Did they want to show the entire game? Well, guess I don't need to play this game now. Bye!
You're our fiddle-dee-dee. Being a pirate is a wretched thing. Do what you want, cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate.
Okay, I promise I won't do the false ending gag. I already stole enough from SCXCR. One thing to note is that the game offers a 16:9 mode, which should make sense considering one of the developers is widescreen games. When a new game is started, it explains the story. Basically, the story is as follows. You play as Francis Blade, a shipwrecked pirate that turned rogue in search of the legendary treasure Oh, come on, I already made a One Piece joke, game! The first thing you may notice when the gameplay starts is the controls. Combat controls work okay, attacking with square and triangle and circle blocks, and can be used to push objects. When you obtain the powers of the Black Buccaneer, you can also transform into him by pressing down on the analog sticks. The X button actually has two functions. When in motion, you can roll like Link, and while stationary, you can do a pathetic jump. A few seconds later, you're introduced to the platforming mechanic, and good god, they are terrible. The X button controls the leaping in these segments, and it is abysmal. Unfortunately, platforming is a big part of this game. Why in God's mind would you make the platforming control so terrible that it makes platforming in Ocarina of Time look like a good idea? It's hard to explain without playing it yourself, but take my word for it. The platforming sucks in this game, and I've died many times just based on its shitty controls. One thing I will give the game's controls credit for is having the right analog stick control the camera. Sounds like something standard now, but in the PS2 era it wasn't commonplace yet. Then again, the camera can still get stuck easily in walls, so baby steps. The sad part is, once you get a hang of the shitty platforming controls, you realize it's there to pad out the game. Allow me to explain. Originally when I first played this game, the opening dungeon took me an hour. Keep in mind, this was 3 years ago, and back then, there was all of one gameplay video and one guide. Now, recently playing the game again, capture footage, I finished the dungeon in 10 minutes. Bear in mind, this dungeon was full of platforming segments and puzzles, yet it was beaten in less time than it took me to write this segment. The end of this dungeon is where you get the Black Buccaneer's powers. Speaking of which, who is the Black Buccaneer? The game hasn't really explained it, not to mention there was no boss in this dungeon, but it's the first dungeon, so I can let that slide. After that dungeon, we get our first mission objectives to find pieces of the ship to repair it. We make our way to the jungle dungeon where we fight some monkeys, do some block puzzles, and get a treasure chest. Again, no boss. Moving on, I make my way to a door I can't get through because I'm missing something. So the game lets me jump over the door. Okay, what was the point then? Anyways, I fight some zombie pirates, find another treasure chest, and move on. Eventually, I make my way to apparently the treasure door. Okay, that was fast. I've only been playing the game for an hour and I found the treasure? At this point, the game gives us an objective to open the door. So I fight off a ton of monkeys and I'm stuck. I guess that means I need more items or something. Okay, so I'll go back and check another area. I make my way to another area, get killed by a floor trap, and begin the worst section of the game. This is where I started to lose my shit. Not only have I been walking around in fucking circles all across the map trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do, I'm now in a giant platforming section full of monkeys and silverback gorillas, and they keep throwing their shit at me while I'm trying to do the precise platform jumps. The biggest problem is getting down to do the platforming is a chore in itself, because the game has falling damage, and you can't just fall straight down. If you hang off the side and press X, you pull yourself back up. What you have to do is press away from the platform and press X, which makes you fall, but if you don't land on one of the nearby platforms, you'll fall to your death. This is something that should be easy to get around, but I died so many times in this section, I was losing my shit. Finally, I'm able to jump down and land without dying, and of course the gorillas are throwing their shit at me while I'm trying to make precise platforming jumps. So if I'm not dying from the falling damage, I'm dying from the goddamn gorillas. This section is the worst in the game. It takes a long time to get through, it's tedious, it pads out the game, it's extremely easy to die, and all to another small dungeon segment that has easy as hell block puzzles, no boss, and has an item that accomplishes nothing. And this is my problem with this game. So much of this game is wandering around, doing small ass fucking dungeons, and then getting items that have no purpose that you're back to square fucking one. The only enemies so far are monkeys, gorillas, and zombie pirates. There are no bosses in the dungeons, and the items do nothing to progress the game, making the dungeons freaking busy work. This game has so many areas to explore, but they are a waste of time because they don't accomplish anything. They're too short, they're not challenging, and they're not fun. I played 2 hours of this goddamn game, and I literally have nothing to show for it. The biggest challenge I received in the game was when I had to fight 2 zombie pirates at once, but when the going got tough, I just transformed to the Black Buccaneer and made easy work of them. Because challenge. Another thing I should mention is the saving. There are save points scattered across the map, and depending on your progress in the game, they cost a certain amount of offerings. Offerings are collected by defeating enemies. The problem with this is while the amount required goes up each time, I never had a shortage of them. Mostly because the game throws plenty of monkeys, gorillas, and fuck the silverbacks! Every time I needed to use offerings, I could spare them because I had acquired so many. There's also an option to continue on the last section you died on for some offering. Now, loading your save game is free, but why would you? The cost is so low it's almost like stealing. The saving risk mechanic doesn't really work here. The reason it does work in games like Majora's Mask and Enemy Zero is because those limited save times make the game all the more precious. If anything, making me load my save that's back 10 rooms is a much harsher punishment than losing a few offerings. What more can I say about this game? Well, the graphics are okay, I guess. This was a later PS2 game. It came out in 2006 when the 7th gen consoles were just coming out. Honestly, the game could look nicer, but in the very least it runs at a solid 60 frames. The colors are kinda bland, but it's a minor complaint. I have to ask though, why is there a Photoshop filter around the screen when you're transformed to the Black Buccaneer? I don't get it. Is this supposed to make the game seem more epic? Because all it does is obstruct my view. Imagine if I did this for the entire video. Yeah, kinda reminds me of my Ghosts and Goblins review. What a good idea that was. However, unlike the graphics, I do not have nice things to say about the sound. The sound effects are generic, and the music is terrible. It tries to go for a tribal sound, but it just sounds boring and uninspired. Like I said, the sound effects are as generic as they come, literally sounding like sound effects you can get off of free sound websites. The voice acting is decent for the most part, but there's so little of it in the game, so it's barely worth mentioning. Just like the gameplay, the sound is pretty bad. There's actually a glitch I encountered twice, and I wasn't even trying to activate it. Back when I first played the game a few years ago, I came across a glitch where a high-pitched buzzing noise would play constantly. The sound would stop when I paused, but as soon as I unpaused, it was back. The only way to get rid of the sound was by saving and reloading my save. I was shocked that I unintentionally triggered this glitch again, and I know it's a glitch because, like I said, reloading my save got rid of it. If it wasn't obvious, this game sucks. It takes a lot for me to hate a game, and this felt like it did everything to piss me off. I may have complained about the sound and the controls, but I can get past those shortcomings if a game is actually fun, which Pirates is not. It's boring. It's heavily padded. The dungeons are busy work. The puzzles are repetitive, and the platforming is abysmal. This game seems to only have been made in a very weak attempt to cash in on the Pirates of the Caribbean movie franchise, while also trying to appeal to fans of games like Zelda or Prince of Persia. The game is literally a waste of time, and even though I only spent 2 hours with it, I can honestly say it was not worth that time, and I have no drive to see it to completion. Legend of the Black Buccaneer is a terrible game, and you should avoid it at all costs. I couldn't believe how bad this game was. It had to be my copy, right? I wasn't convinced, so you know what I did? I bought another one! Yes, because I'm an idiot like that. And you know what? They're both the same. They're both just as bad. Now, some sick, cruel joke, Sony has put this game up on the PlayStation Network as a PS2 classic. I don't think I have to tell you right now, don't buy this. Your money is much better spent on other PS2 and PS1 classics. I bought this game twice. I can tell you that it's not worth it. But as such as the internet, people are going to try and play the game for themselves because they want to know how bad it is. There's Let's Plays on YouTube, but some people can't be satisfied with that. So you know what? I'm going to make sure this game can't be played by anyone else. It's going straight to Davy Jones's locker. Really? You know, I said I was going to put these games in Davy Jones's locker, but I wasn't being serious. Phone call? Hello?
Looks like we meet again.
Okay, I'm really getting sick and tired of this. When are you going to explain to me what's going on here? I'm tired of fighting these monsters. I'm tired of you putting me into places. What is going on? And who are you?
Patience. All will be revealed soon. But for now, keep using the decay drawer to eliminate those threats.
Yeah, whatever. Hold on. I'll call you back. Okay, who are you?
It be me, the Black Buccaneer.
Whatever, what do you want?
That booty, what be your plans for it?
Oh, these? Oh yeah, these are getting destroyed.
Yar, I can't let you do that. That booty be a tribute to me many accomplishments.
Oh, really? And, what makes you think you can stop me?
That's for me to know, laddie, and for you to find out.
Yeah, whatever, pal. I'll take care of you quick. Ah! Oh, shit!
Yar, now to get rid of the body. Yar, who goes there?
Well, well, well. What do we have here?
That voice, it can't be. Fleshbeard.
Black Buccaneer, I'll let you out of my sights for a little bit, and you go and get yourself killed. I'm just sad I didn't do it myself.
Stay out of this, you scurvy dog. This doesn't concern you.
On the contrary, lad. It has everything to do with me.
Well, too bad for you. I learned a few new tricks in hell. Try and stop me now.
Gladly. But you're not the only one with new powers. Go catch Hinch. Go, Kai Gray.
I've been waiting for this, ever since you made me walk the plank.
You backstabbed me and the crew, and now I'm gonna make sure you pay for it.
Enough. Let's finish this.
Down for the count. Ahoy, lads! Time for our next voyage.
Nyar, what would be the verdict on Bucky, Captain?
No lights.
Well, maybe if you hadn't vaporized him, we would have had something.
Calm down, mate. I want that scurvy scallywag's head as much as you do. But for now, we can't make a move without him.
Curses! Who is this now foiling my plans? Guess I'll have to speed things along.
You're bad, Jack. You're screwed. That death is coming for you. Trapped on an island, lost at sea. Shipwreck your streets to be. You're bad, Jack. You're screwed. That death is coming for you. Trapped on an island, lost at sea. Shipwreck your destiny. Shipwreck. Shipwreck. Get drunk or die. Shipwreck. Shipwreck! Get drunk or die! Alright, wait for me, you bloody wankers!
Hey guys, thanks for watching my Pirates review. This review's been a long time coming, so I'm glad it's finally done. If you'd be so kind, it'd be great if you could subscribe to my YouTube channel, Zeromaster Reviews, like me on Facebook, Zeromaster fan page, and follow me on Twitter at Zeromaster, and definitely go to rivercitygamers.com for more great content, not just for myself, but for many other great content reviewers. And hey, I've got a couple of reviews here on the screen. I got my two previous reviews. I've got Legacy of the Wizard and the Mighty No. 9 beta that I did, so definitely check those out. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next review.